What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. Filling in for your host, as always, it's Ron Klee. Shosan, of course, at a D&D event this weekend, actually raising money for charity. So
fucking nerd.
Drugs and drinking,
money
like always.
For charity.
Oh.
And you call him a nerd.
He is a nerd.
That's pretty low class, Veg. Anyway, we're glad to have you with us. We'll start with the planet. Say hi, Veg.
Hi.
Also with us, we have Dan.
Hey, what's up?
And finally, Jimmy. Do we want to start this?
He's very well lit tonight.
Oh, he's lit all right.
Filling in for Mr. Morfine is Mr. Jimmy Russells, and I am here. And I am very, very, very pleased to be with you all this evening.
Is pleased the word?
I can't even understand what the hell he sees in you guys. This is a fucking shit show, if you ask me.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. Well, part of it starts with you, Veg, so...
I was unaware that we had guest planets on the show.
Yes, we do. Kind of like, Pluto was a guest planet for about 200 years.
Yeah, that's full of shit, so...
New world.
All right. Yeah,
where
right.
Jimmy will be rustled.
All right, we're going to start the show as we always do, and pardon me while I channel show's level of enthusiasm here. I'm going to get some really weird looks from my wife in a second. We've got news! Yeah, that's right, we have news. And the first piece of news, I wish Coles was here for this one. So, you guys familiar with the game Rust?
I don't like it, I know that much.
Well,
all I know is I had to have a whole bunch of antibiotics to get that thing off of my dick.
Speaking of Rust, of course, they recently went through an upgrade where they added female player models to the game. And instead of just letting new players become male or female, it's completely random when you start the game and it's tied to your Steam account. They went back and changed half of the user accounts to become female. So you may have been playing a male and suddenly log in one day and after the upgrade and boom, now you are not a male.
I have a question.
Wasn't there like a movie about that?
There's been a few movies about that.
But my question is, do the stats, are they affected or is it just the looks?
No, I'm sure it's just the player model.
Well, I mean, you know what kind of stats they have, right?
Like B, C, double D, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say that they look down their shirts and spell addicts. So.
Member size is one of the stats in the game.
I thought you said stacked, not stats. Excuse me.
Stats. Well, yeah, that too. But yeah, I mean, they have all kinds of. I don't know if these stats actually affect anything in the game, but there you have it. But anyway, it's noted as the guy. What is his name? Gary Newman. He's one of the designers, which, by the way, is also the guy behind Gary's Mod. He says that we understand this is a sore subject for a lot of people. We understand that you may now be a gender that you don't identify with in real life. We understand this causes you distress and makes you not want to play the game anymore. Technically, nothing has changed since half the population was already living with those feelings.
Yeah, but why piss off
though.
your fan base though?
Because they don't give a fuck and they've made plenty of money.
Yeah, he's
Some
delighting.
people just want to see the Jimmies get rustled.
Yeah, literally. Or in some cases, removed. So
if you rustle them enough, the tensile strength finally goes and ladders off.
Okay, moving on. So that's Rust. And we covered.
Or they could rust off. That's what happened.
They could rust off.
God damn it.
If I ever rust off, I think I might just off.
Well, guess what prevents rust? Appropriate application of WD-40. Stay lubricated, folks.
God damn.
This message has been brought to you by Mr. Jimmy Russells. Thank you, sir.
I'm here all fucking evening, ready to trash your show.
Thank
Thankfully, it was a piece of shit to begin with.
Damn.
Moving on. Me and Morpha talked about this on our other podcast this morning, but bears mentioning here because Soul Contingency is a game that was supposed to be Descent 4 until Interplay gave them a cease and desist. Well, they continued working on the game, and just yesterday, we lost Dan, I'm sure he'll be back, just yesterday, they released their redesigned game called Soul Contingency, and they released their multiplayer version of it for free. You can go to soulcontingency.com, download the game, and play multiplayer 6 Degree of Freedom game for free.
Now, is this free as in Linux or free as in beer?
Free as in Linux.
Interesting.
Yes. So yeah, you can go ahead and install it and play it. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they're doing this. It's definitely. I mean, they don't have any microtransactions or anything like that. I mean, it's just a ready-to-play game. Now, they're going to be doing like a single-player eventually, but I guess they're getting this out there so that they can balance the game better. You know, I haven't talked to the developers yet. We were supposed to today, but you know,
Ooh, humble brag.
Well, no. So the on the other podcast,
I know.
we had them lined up for an interview, and I don't know where they went. They didn't show up, so
They ran away.
hopefully.
So is the Descent community happy about this, or are they kind of pissed that they're quote unquote about this being Descent 4? Quote
So
unquote?
initially, a lot of people were upset because the people that are creating this are definitely big fans of the game. They've played Descent before. There was a lot of community involvement. The leader of the last remaining big Descent community was part of the development team for a while, but then they kind of went in a direction that some people didn't really like so much. So it's kind of a divide, I'd say. But it's not because it was Descent at some point. I think that's happening more in Descent Underground because the people making Descent Underground don't always follow what Descent is, and that's ticking off a lot of people, to say the least. But you know, this is more along the lines of, you know, they're just making some questionable design decisions, but we'll see. I mean, it's interesting that they're actually releasing it for free because that means anyone can download it and try it out and make their own opinion of the game. And I'm probably going to be streaming this a little later tonight or tomorrow, depending on how many people are online to play, because I'm kind of interested in seeing how it plays after being part of beta. So yeah, that's Soul Contingency. There's another beta out. Morpha, or Jimmy, why don't you tell us about this one?
I have prepared notes on this very subject.
Wait, those are school notes.
Those are school notes?
Yes.
Okay, that is for RP and RO bits, INT, interrupt, first register, 0x4. Okay, anyway, I actually have legitimate notes on this. I have a potato, so I cannot run this. But if you and my friends have been playing around, believe it or not, I do have friends. I've been playing the Doom beta. That has,
Nice.
we have an open play beta from yesterday till tomorrow. And they had a few things to say about it. The first thing they have to say, it's definitely very pretty. Beyond that, they said a whole bunch of other things about weapons and game modes and power-ups and hit registration and all of that, but I don't think I want to bore you people with that. What you people want to hear about is the demon power-up. Have you people heard of this?
No, I have not.
The demon power-up. So basically, the announcer announces into the match about 5 to 10 seconds before it shows up. And then everybody runs to get the demon power-up. Because what happens is when you grab that sumbitch, you turn into a revenant. Do you remember the revenants from Doom?
Yeah, so the
Those
guys
were
that have the humming rocket.
skeleton. Yeah, they got the rocket launchers on the back and the gigantic skeleton just hobbling around. You turn into one of those badasses, and you get a fucking jetpack and a rocket launcher that's more powerful than the regular one that everybody else gets. And you get to be that sumbitch for like 20 fucking seconds.
So how does that play?
How does that play?
It's Unreal Tournament-esque.
The demon power-up is just injected into one of the two game modes that are currently in play. There's the two are team deathmatch and a territory control, which is very interesting because it doesn't work like a typical territory control. It works, standard is like King of the Hill, right? You have a static area that you go, you take it over, and you got to hold it. In territory control in this Doom beta, the area that you have to control, this territory, is dynamic. and has to keep moving. So you can't just, pitch a tent. So yeah, as long as you keep control of this moving area, you will continue to accrue points. Let's see here. Another interesting element is the hack modules. This is like when you play, you gather these hack modules through, like, I guess you could call it experience of some sort, and these are actually like almost temporary hacks. Like the name is not inappropriate. Like, you actually can respawn with a temporary wall hack and see the sumbitch that just fragged you.
ID clip.
Wow.
ID DQD. All right.
Yeah.
Or the power up that shows you. A hack shows you where the closest power up is, or how soon it's going to spawn. Things like that. Report on the netcode. The hit registration seemed okay for people who are playing right now. Has fairly instantaneous matchmaking. It's not a long time to find a server. All the servers are full with a good number of people. Did not ask how many players are in a game though. Most of the servers are busy enough that you're probably only going to get 100 milliseconds at your best. Nonetheless, things seem to be going along just fine there. And other mentions of the guns, you can probably find this on the beta website. Notable things here is you have your standard assault rifle, which is mediocre. Then you have the lightning gun. That's right, the lightning gun in Doom, it's better. Plasma gun, it's like the lightning bug with an area of effect. Yada yada, but the point is...
They had a Gauss rifle, too.
Yeah, the Gauss rifle, that thing is big. You take like 4 hits from that sumbitch, you're dead. If you can last 4 hits, and you need a lot of armor for that. But probably the most fun at this point is the Super Shotgun, which of course is a staple of the Doom series. So the Doom beta, it's on until tomorrow. Check it out. That's all that Jimmy's has to say.
What was it? I watched the Day of Doom, and the gameplay from it looked amazing. It's actually, I don't like first-person shooters, but I love Doom, and I don't know why. And this is like Halo meets Unreal Tournament. Just bloody and explosive.
There was a mention that the players seem to move, like the player's character seems to move a bit slowly than what people would expect. Obviously, Doom is not Quake. Quake is going to be probably the tied or faster than Unreal Tournament. But Doom is, classic Doom, that was just as fast as Quake. But maybe, I don't know. It just seems as if people are feeling a little bit sluggish in the game, and just adding a little bit of speed to there might make things a little bit more interesting. The game, of course, is in beta, and that's kind of probably the feedback that they're looking for at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. How gory is it?
Oh, it's gory.
It's gory.
You can rip people's heads off.
Great. God, I wish I could rip people's heads off.
Without going to jail, or just because you know.
With both, I guess. Anyway, that's Doom. We have another beta going on too, and it's also a first-person shooter. But this one, of course, is Blizzard's Overwatch. This is the final Overwatch beta weekend. You can get in on it. It's, like I said, last one before launch. So if you want to get in and try Overwatch and you don't have a closed beta key yet, get some. It'll be open, I believe, until Sunday night or Monday night. I'm not sure which.
I don't know why, but I just don't care about this game. I really don't.
It's for me. I mean, for me, it's like I'm not that big of a ground-based FPS person, which
a ground pounder.
Yeah, ground pound. Yeah, for lack of a better term, ground pounder. There's some elements of the game I like. I definitely like Reaper. I like his teleportation that he can do. And what was her name? May, I think her name is. The Frozen chick. I like playing her too, but I just don't.
Elsa?
No, May.
It's like Elsa, the Frozen chick.
It's I played some today. It's fun. To me, it's more or less Team Fortress by Blizzard. I mean,
pretty much.
There's certainly different abilities. The graphics are different, but it plays very similarly. It's got the same vibe, which is fine. I mean, it's a formula that they know works. Mm-hmm. So I don't blame them for doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is May, by the way. MEI. But yeah, she can do things like put up ice walls and stuff like that. She's fun to play. I didn't really
let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, I wasn't really good at. God, would you die in a fire, please, Jimmy? Or go build a snowman or something. I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't.
Doesn't have
very
to be
good
a
with Reaper.
snowman.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I wasn't very good with Reaper either. Maybe I'm just not good at first-person shooters. I loved Unreal Tournament. That was my favorite ground pounder for sure. But I couldn't get into any other
Facing
ones.
Worlds, hell yeah.
Facing Worlds.
Every time you say ground pounder, it just reminds me of a freaking what is it? Dragon. What the fuck are their name?
If you know Facing Worlds, Morfod?
No.
It's the Minerva of Unreal Tournament.
Ah.
Yeah,
Kind of like the bouncy map was for Quake 3.
probably, yeah. So there's that.
Then we could ask if we've tried Insurgency.
I have not, no.
What is that?
It's a game on Steam. It's available for $15. First-person shooter.
I do own it. However, I do not. I am running on a potato. So hopefully the new API that was put out. Goodness, what was it? It was it built off of Mantle. It was a new API was released in the last couple of weeks that is supposed to compete with OpenGL and DirectX. So, but I'll yak about that later.
Okay. So there's that. And then Dan, what you drinking?
I've got a Sazerac tonight.
Excellent.
That is rye whiskey with a little bit of absinthe, sugar, and Peychaud bitters.
You're looking kind of low though.
No, it's just I didn't make a whole lot of it.
A lot. Well, you might be in trouble then because we're going to talk LCS this week.
Whatever.
So the League Championship Series, which is the League of Legends professional league, they're doing their finals for the North American and EU teams tomorrow. It starts at 8 a.m. Pacific, I believe, which is like really freaking early. But in the EU, it's going to be OG versus G2, which...
What?
Yeah, OG versus G2.
What the hell happened to Fnatic and Vitality? Did they just fall apart?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened to Fnatic, but yeah, that's a thing. And then in the NALCS, it's CLG and TSM again.
Who would have saw that one coming?
Yes, but the twist this time, of course, is it's Double Lift versus Afromoo, not with Afromoo.
Yeah.
Should be pretty interesting. I might tune in to watch. I've been watching a lot of Chinese and Korean games this season, but have not been keeping tabs on the North American and European at all, just because largely my sleep.
Because you're up at very strange hours of the night.
That is exactly why. It's bad.
Yeah, LCK is just proving that Koreans are scary.
Yeah, Koreans are freaking scary.
And then that Chinese like to play clown fiestas. So.
With that, we're going to move on. And by the way,
Clown Fiesta. The image that I have in my head is only played with kazoos.
I would watch that.
What's the name of that song?
Mexican Hat Dance.
Mexican Hat Dance.
No, that's different.
This has to exist. It does.
God damn it, Internet.
Oh, it does exist.
This is even worse than Rule 34. Anyhow, I did find it is the Vulkan API that has been released. It is supposed to be advantageous on lesser hardware. It was released, early release in February, and in the recent driver updates has been pushed out. There's a couple of games that do benefit from it already, but they're fairly obscure. But look for it to become a significant player in the next couple of years. That is all.
Nice. Yeah, that was very nice. Good to see some activity on the graphic.
Oh my god, it really does exist.
I know it does. It's great.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, Kazoo Mexican Hat Dance. Awesome. Anyway, well, that was Shosan's favorite part of the show, but we're going to cast
move
that
on to
aside.
Show's favorite part of the song.
Yeah, we're going to move on to Show's favorite part of the show, which is, hey, podcasters, what you playing?
That's pretty good.
Oh my god.
A for effort.
F for just being horrible.
So let's start with Veg, since he thinks this is horrible. What's not?
No, I don't
Yes,
think.
what
I don't
does the
think
hippo have to say?
I don't want to hear it, drunkie. So
Oh, jeez.
I am entirely sober. Even if I were drunk, I couldn't stumble past your lard ass.
well, that's why you have to hop, skip, and dance. So I've been mostly playing. So I've been playing mostly League this week. I've been playing on my Smurf account because reasons. Finding out that people are a lot more easily butthurt because they don't like when Smurfs play against each other. I don't know why. It's just what it is. I've given up on Blade and Soul because there's no reason for me to play it anymore. No one plays it. I don't know why. The expansion's out. I thought it was great, but no one plays it. So, and then also, I'm also mad at Coles again because this twat waffle decided to stop playing fucking Pokemon, his little fucking favorite game.
Wait,
And
what?
no, he has to stop playing.
No, I don't believe you.
Little asshole. And if he does play,
I don't believe that part either.
well, it's because he quote unquote beat the game and he's only on there for dailies now.
No, I said I don't. You never mind. Listen to the recording and you'll get my joke.
Well, yeah, I just sent a message over to Cole saying that Veg is calling him out, so we'll see how he responds.
So I've been playing that. I'm up to 6 badges now. Unfortunately, I've just been working a lot, so I haven't had the opportunity to really play it. It's a lot of fun. They, like I said last week, they did a really good job, even though it's not Nintendo making it, but it's their sprites and their animations and stuff. They just piece this together with that, and you can make your own character. That's pretty much it in an MMO style. So, yeah, that's all I've been playing really this week.
Very cool. All right, so let's move on to Dan, the man with a meal plan.
First, I'm going to say happy birthday to Steffi. It says his brother, so I assume Steph.
Stefan.
Is that like
Could be Steven.
maybe,
So, sorry if that's yeah.
maybe it's Steph Curry?
No, you're wrong, and you should
It could
feel
be-
terrible.
Is it Steph
could be
Curry?
Steph Curry's watching our show. There you have it,
Cool.
folks. We're famous. If I got that wrong, let me know.
I think you got that wrong, but moving on.
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting over a cold, so my voice is a little messed up.
That doesn't fix how wrong you are.
So I've been playing some Overwatch this weekend, and really haven't been able to play a whole lot much else this week. So the house thing that we talked about last week, we were under contract. Oh, Steven. Okay. I was right. It was Steven.
Yes, because the period and the N are really fucking close next to each other. I see like an M and then like a little fucking chicken nose or something with a comma underneath it. Good job there, buddy.
You're a common nose.
Right?
God. Anyway.
J.B. Russell, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So the I can't even think. We were under
Well, that
contract.
was obvious when you were fucking pulled out of your mother's womb.
Oh, God. You want to get killed tonight, don't you? Dan will secretly hire people and murder you.
Damn!
Sleep now. Anyway, so we had our inspection, and the inspection went semi-poorly. There's a lot of issues that need to be resolved, and the sellers might do it. They may resolve the issues for us, and then we'll buy the house. But they're quite expensive, so they may say they don't want to do it, which is going to be surprising, and only because any inspection is going to find these issues. So it's not like they can find some other buyer that's not going to tell them to fix these. I mean, these are things that need to get fixed. So that's happening or not happening, as the case may be. So we'll find out in a few days what's going to go on with that. Still been doing my meal plan. I now make $7 a week on Patreon,
Damn.
which is more than $0 a week, I guess.
Right?
Money there.
You're on your way, man.
Yeah, I've got 41 subscribers, and I'm trying to get to 100. I've got something lined up for 100 that's going to be kind of cool if it turns out. So I'm trying to get there. If it doesn't get there, well, then I failed and I'm going to stop doing it. But right now I've got a whole pork shoulder in the oven that I filmed putting some dry rub on there. So that'll be coming up next week. So anybody who's interested, that's a Primal Meal Plan on YouTube and Facebook and Patreon and Twitter and
I
Instagram.
still say that you should have been that every time you do this that you should be in like a freaking like onesie caveman outfit.
I wear an apron.
No, it has to be like a fur
will
onesie.
get-
Going,
I
I
actually,
cook good. Tablespoon salt. Yeah, and you just set it on fire. There you
and
go.
that sounds a lot more like Epic Meal Time.
No, because you need more bacon.
Epic meal time has the guy headbutting the butt of pork. That fucked up. You just keep moving on and making fun of me.
That's what I was planning on doing. Oh, and also Diablo 3, the season ended this week, so I went into there and cleaned everything out and realized I've got way too much shit and need to do a little housekeeping on
Oh,
that.
it already
before-
ended?
Yeah.
The 15th, yesterday.
Oh yeah. I
So
did
they're
that,
having
you know.
2 weeks downtime. Okay.
If you didn't get your tab, then sucks to be you.
I think I did. I'll have to go check.
I'm not sure if I did or
How-
not.
How many people play Diablo 3 in 6 Gaming?
I think
Okay.
everybody.
I think we all played a little bit.
A little bit.
So this new season starts, or is it like a little bit of downtime before the next one starts? Or?
Yeah, a little bit of downtime. It's going to be 2 weeks of downtime. The season actually begins Friday the 29th at, I believe, 5 Pacific.
Is it really important to get a head start once the season starts?
No.
No, because you can, like, it takes like about 5 hours to level to 70 at the start, but once someone's leveled 70, it takes like 20 minutes to get someone else up. It's
Yeah, I'm the perfect
ridiculous.
example of that. I missed the first day, and everyone's like, "Oh, we had to fucking take 20. We had to take 6 hours of fucking level. It took you 20 minutes. That's fucking bullshit."
Because
So fine.
I have finals the week after. But
Yeah, it doesn't.
to be
You can,
honest, the only reason I don't play Diablo 3 is because I ain't got nobody to play with.
oh no, you got people. There's a 6 guild, and usually at the beginning of from the beginning to about halfway through the season, we play a decent amount.
Okay,
At least in the past, that's been true.
So,
I'm not lonely.
yeah, no. Anything else, Dan?
I'm so lonely.
I think that's enough.
so free.
Yep, that's all I got.
I'm Mr. Lonely.
All right, Mr.
It's a
Lonely, what have you
difference.
been playing? That's you, more fun.
I think I'm glitching out here. Okay, I didn't glitch out. I did glitch out. I'm just slow. How am I slow? I'm on 100 megabit fiber. What the hell? Am I back on sync with people? Talk
We're
to me.
back on
Yeah,
sync.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
have you been playing, Mr. Morfun?
I just want to take a moment here
Yes.
and apologize to Veg.
Uh-oh.
He
For
is
what?
not fat. He is not a slob. He is not a pig. He's pregnant.
God damn it. So who's
Okay.
the father?
Ellie?
How did Mr. Vegeta Nose here come to be with child? The usual way.
Exception.
Dinner, drink.
Yes. Anyway.
Anyway, what have I been playing? I have been playing File My Taxes, and I am very bad at that
Oh, God.
game.
I hope you're done by Monday.
I know, right?
I tried to buy the TurboTax extension, but that didn't work out. You know, you thought you were going to find more loot in that expansion, but
Yeah, the
there
DLC
was like practically nothing.
Man, I bought the H&R Collector's Edition this year. Oh, man, that hurt.
Anyhow,
Out
what have
of
I actually been playing?
curiosity, wait. Out of curiosity, what the fuck does the collector's edition give you?
You get a little green block.
Yeah, it's a green block. You can set it on your desk. It's really cool.
Oh, god damn it.
All right, so the question, what have I been playing, is properly worded, what have I been playing other than Descent? And this week I have been playing a little bit of Prison Architect, which I think I may have mentioned in previous episodes. But
Been a while since
I
I think Lorna played that when it was in beta, right?
Yeah, she did.
And I have to say that the developers are They're excellent. They keep adding little things there. They've expanded upon the single-player campaign that actually helps teach you different elements of the game that stick in the muds like me can't be bothered to discover myself. Like, what do you do when your prison's on fire and everybody's looking to try to escape, but we need to keep them from burning? Subtle things. So, Prison Architect, having a lot of fun. Couldn't tell you too much about it because I suck at those kind of games as much as I have fun with them.
Man, you really
Anything
hate
else?
Dungeon Keeper then.
Dungeon Keeper.
I'm horny, short for the Horned Reaper. I'm chums with the Dungeon Keeper.
Wow.
God damn it.
Anything else more fun?
Nope, that's
All right. So mine's
the other guy that I
Real
can't.
quick, I want to thank Jorge Frailo,
um,
Frejo, Justin Daipai, and Then We Could for the follows.
thank you guys. Very cool. Also, I'm going to be pretty quick. I've also been playing Descent. I lost to this jerk about 30 minutes before the podcast.
Can't be helped.
Yeah. Well, I was playing
Get
something.
good scrubbed.
I need to. That was terrible. So what I have been focusing on is Crypt of the Necrodancer. With Condor out of the way, I've been going back to start to try to finish things that I haven't played before. So finally, after a few months of trying, I managed to knock out story mode, which is doing 3 characters consecutively. So I got rid of those, and then I was like, well, I finished that. I mean, might as well start on all characters mode. This is probably going to take me like months and months and months of time. And second attempt, I beat it. All 9 characters that are not Coda. I was like, fuck yeah. So got all characters out of the way and started on Coda. Of course, if you guys watched AGDQ and saw Spoody Biscuit at AGDQ, you saw him play Coda, and you saw him wreck it in a very fast amount of time. I can't even get by the first boss. It's so freaking hard. It's like, and the thing is, the game makes you hate yourself too, because you see the bat, you see where it's going, and all of a sudden you're like tapping your keys, and then you just like fumble the keys, and you're dead. The freaking imp disappears. It's like I call it Coda and the Case of the Mysteriously Disappearing Imp, because that's all the damn thing does on my screen is just poof, he's gone, because I missed a key or hit a key twice, or it's so frustrating. So haven't been working on that recently. What I've been doing is doing Deathless mode. Again, you guys recall I got the world record for Bard a while ago. Well, I'm aiming for the Cadence one, which is the default character. I managed to get 6th place, and I had a stupid death yesterday. So I'm probably, I don't know if I'm going to be trying that again this week. I thought I was going to, and then I got an email a little earlier today that can't really get into it, but I'm going to be doing something else next week. So there's that.
You can tell us.
Oh, it's script related. It's just not. Actually, no, I can't tell you. I could, but then I probably wouldn't get to do it. So,
You can tell me.
Ooh, well, I'll tell you something.
I'm a fucking noob, but
Yeah, you are. All right, so there's that. And that's really all I've been doing. I haven't been doing a whole lot other than that. So that just about does it for what was Shosan's favorite part of the show. And now we will move on to Shosan's favorite part of the show, which is the 6 Gaming Roundtable. This is where we ask you and everyone in chat. You guys are welcome to answer this as well. We'll ask a question about gaming.
Welcome to
You're encouraged. Definitely encouraged. Just ask a question about gaming, and you give us the answer. And Dan, I think you wrote this one up, so you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with anything good this week, so we're going to do something shitty this week.
Thank you.
So the question is concerning hype about games, and maybe it's not a specific question, but let's just kind of talk about hype in general. Basically, if you think about it, like Duke Nukem Forever, right? Hype for 20 years. What was it, 15, 20 years? Like, there was a list about the things that will happen before Duke Nukem comes out, and then it lent so long that there was another list of things that have happened since the list of things that will happen before Duke Nukem came out. Like, that's how ridiculous it was. And Spore is always something that we talk about. Black and White's always something that you talk about when we talk about too much hype. But then there's some games where, I mean, Witcher 3, kind of low hype, medium hype, great game, won all kinds of awards. There's games that get a ton of hype and then fail, and there's some that get a ton of hype and then do pretty well. And so the question kind of is, does the hype change specifically you, not general you, but I mean, as you answer the question, like if something gets really hyped up, do you believe it? Do you follow everything and get disappointed when it doesn't live up to the expectations? Or do you kind of ignore it because of what's happened so often on so many different games?
For me, it's iffy. It depends on the game. If, like, for example, No Man's Sky, I pray to God that thing is as good as they're saying it's claiming to be, because I really want to play it. It looks amazing, and if I see that it's terrible, that's just making me just no. Because there's also Star Citizen, which looks promising as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we also have someone who plays it constantly, and they're always, for the most part, let down.
Yep.
Because of the constant changes in it. I don't want all this hype about a game and then it being fucking horrible. And another example of a good one would be GTA 5. It had so much going for it, and it did release, it had a great story, great gameplay. It's GTA, so take the play style, I guess, with a grain of salt, because it's mostly a sandbox style, so you can't exactly have the greatest movements and whatnot. It's a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but there's just some shit that is just wonky with it. Yeah. And that's just how Rockstar's engine is for it. And that's fine. But games like No Man's Sky, there was one recently that had so much hype, but it was just completely fucking garbage. It was just released not that long ago. I forget what it was.
SimCity.
No, that's not right.
I'm sorry, did you just mention SimCity?
On SimCity.
So
like
I wasted $60 on that sack of steaming shit.
Oh my! If it wasn't for my wife, I would.
And Iago showed up.
If it wasn't for my wife, I would have actually spent $60 on it too. So.
Thale is bringing up Destiny in chat.
Yeah, Destiny is another one, but yeah, I mean, you got the guys from freaking Halo making this fucking game, and then there's no story. There's nothing. It's like, what the fuck?
Pretty much. For me, I don't know if Morphod qualifies, but for me, Descent Underground had a lot of hype coming into it, and if you go back to like the original videos of these guys, they put out a video with a game that looked nothing like Descent, and once they received like a ton of backlash within like 2 days, they were like backing themselves, painting themselves into a corner with the things that they were saying. So people still threw a ton of money at this game, just simply because they were listening to the community, and at the time, they kind of make questionable decisions now, I think. But I don't know, the game's going in a decent direction. I actually tried that Fusion Cannon, by the way, Morphod. It's pretty nice. It's worthy. It's worthy. But I mean, a lot of things about the game are just like, what are you doing? This isn't Descent. This is not the hype that we were believed that this game would be. And it's kind of funny because shortly after that they came out with the Overload, which is what the original Descent guys were making, and I think a lot of people were cautious about that because of what happened with Descent Underground.
And you can't blame people for being cautious, though.
Yeah. So I mean, hype is a real thing. It's
And this is another thing. Another one would be Star Wars, the new Battlefront game too, because when it first got a release, it's like, oh yeah, there's more coming along the way. But guess what? 70% of it hasn't been released, and the DLC is $60. So you're paying for $120 for a fully released game.
Yeah.
That's horseshit.
Well, again, Watch Dogs or any Ubisoft game as of
Ooh,
late.
Watch Dogs. Yeah.
He says Ubisoft. The last Ubisoft game that I played was Trackmania Turbo, and there were a lot of things that the community did not like about that game, including no leaderboards, no private servers. A lot of things that they had in the previous Trackmania games were gone, and they were thinking that this was going to be this great new game that had all the features of the past games, and they're just pulling out features that were there that people liked that I don't know they thought they didn't need. So, and yeah, I mean, there's hype can be good, but hype can also come back and bite you. Because if you don't put out a product that people are expecting, people are going to talk bad about your game.
What are they going to do? You already have their money. What are they going to do to you?
Well, to you, yeah, you might get burned by it, but people definitely have a voice. I mean, you're not going to be able to pull that again.
And yet we see it happening again and again and again.
Like?
How many titles did we just talk about?
I don't know, about 6 of them, 7.
Yep.
Were they all by the same developer? I don't know.
No. But I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we do get burned. I mean, think about it. There's some games that were just that were really hyped up that have been completely made. Which reminds me, I forgot to talk about Enter the Gungeon. I have been playing that, but I'm going to bring that up as an example because that game has been like super hyped as the next big indie game. And after playing it, I have to agree, it's a very well-designed game. So, I mean, sometimes the hype is real. Sometimes it's just hype.
And, you know, that's why I stopped doing pre-orders. You know, everyone wanted me to do pre-orders for Fallout 4. I was like, no, I'm not going to.
Why do other people want you to do that? That's what confuses me.
Because they want
another consumer. Sorry.
They want you to play with them when the game's released.
Yeah. Or they want me to
play with their dick for a little bit while they wait for me to buy it.
I'm not going to disagree with that, but so, you know, and a perfect example is my one brother. He loves Call of Duty, whatever. He's right now. The current one is Black Ops 3. He wanted me to play that nonstop for like 3 months, and I'm like, I'm not going to buy it by my own. I'm like, you're going to have to get me that game. I refused to buy any more Call of Duty games after the first Black Ops. It was just relentless DLC. You know, and I couldn't play with him with the majority of the game types as well as some of the map modes because I didn't have them, and yet for some reason people who make these like, well, you don't have the DLC, so you can't play with anybody. You know, at least with Destiny, they got it right a little bit where you can still play with people, but you can't play the new map modes. Mm-hmm. But what I mean is you can still play with them, but any of the brand new content you can't touch, which is perfectly fine. But with Call of Duty is you can't really do anything. You really can't. You're down to, I think it was like 8 initial maps and so on and so forth. And Warhammer was perfectly good with that. It had so much hype for the online that, and I played that for a good while, and it was awesome until the DLCs came in, and I don't know why people want to fuck up things. That's just where I'm heading for this.
Oh man, that reminds me. I had to use TweetDeck earlier today to make a post on a alternate Twitter account that I run, and they shut down the Windows version.
Huh.
You open the Windows version, it says, sorry, we're not updating this anymore. Go to the website.
Oh, so
like, fuck you, TweetDeck.
side thing about that, if you have Windows and you have QuickTime, you should uninstall that.
Really? Why is that?
Because there's like Apple stopped supporting it, and I think it's the QuickTime Player, but Apple stopped supporting it, and there's critical vulnerabilities in it.
Oh, lovely. I wonder if I have it.
And in fact, like even like the government had released a statement saying that you should uninstall it.
Wow. Yeah, I don't have it.
What is this?
QuickTime. It's like Real Player, Flash, Adobe Player, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a platform for media.
Gotcha. Nope, I just got Windows Player.
It'll play .move if you don't have VLC.
.mov, yeah. So I have VLC, yay. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're given a lot of examples of how hype can be a negative thing. Do we have any positive examples of it?
Well, what is hype?
Hype,
Really,
hype is
at
like
its core, what is hype?
marketing.
Yes, marketing. So we're asking for
Over marketing, maybe.
hype is overstimulated marketing that becomes self-sustaining. Too many it's being talked about all the time by the media outlets, and so the people have no choice but to talk about it impulsively. And the other part of that is, if you're, I think what it is actually is that it's the amount of time to the game from the injection of media to the masses. Case example: Duke Nukem Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Injection of media. We're promising the school game. We wait forever for it to come out. It is impossible because of the length of time between the promise and the delivered product for it to ever live up to the hype. Frankly, I think that probably one of the best examples of just the right amount of marketing was Skyrim.
Yep.
They put out an awesome trailer at just the right time. From the trailer to the release was just enough time for people to talk about it. A lot of people had simply forgotten about Elder Scrolls. They had a good amount of time to be able to look at all of the little tidbits that had been coming out for the dedicated fans, and it became a mainstream excitement. Oh, wow, here comes this game. I pre-ordered it, and I was happy when I got it. That was an excellent release, and I wish more games were like that. Of course, it's a little bit different when you're releasing a masterpiece single-player experience versus a massively multiplayer experience.
True. Yeah, I think Skyrim is actually an excellent example of something that came out that was really positive. So, anything else you guys want to add to that? I actually don't think that was a shitty topic, Dan.
Yay! I'm not shitty.
No, we didn't say anything about that.
Oh, yeah, only the topic, not you.
Oh.
Need a hug, Dan.
I think we all need a hug after Mr. Jimmy Russell's has been on today.
He needs to stop rustling his feathers.
I basically have. I think to me, I have Gilbert Gottfried down at the end of the line of guys. Can you tell the aristocrats?
You're an aristocrat.
Right?
Jimmy, tell the aristocrats.
No.
Oh.
He's denied. All right. So we have, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, all of Shosan's favorite parts of the show are behind us, which leaves us with our closing statements. First of all, I want to thank everybody who stopped by and said hi and
followed.
Talked in chat. We definitely appreciate the follows. We love you. We love you guys. Let's just be plain. We'll give you guys hearts.
Is Ron having a stroke?
So we're going to go ahead and close this thing down, starting with the guy who just asked me if I'm having a stroke.
Later.
Russ,
You guys have a wonderful evening.
All right.
Just
And
remember, booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
where can we find you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yes, you.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Vegito1334.
And then Dan?
You can also, as you turn around and the direction you feel slight attraction to other than downward toward the planet itself, that'll take you straight to Veg.
It's a little convoluted, but not as bad as my fuck up with the pork butt earlier.
No, not at all.
I mean,
Why are you fucking pork butts?
I was just going to say, I'm not the one fucking pork butt. Yep.
And
So I'm at twitch.tv/Pentharian and also at fb.me/Primal Meal Plan, Instagram Primal Meal Plan, Patreon/Primal Meal Plan, Twitter, yeah, everywhere. Primal Meal Plan, no spaces.
where aren't you?
I don't know.
Foursquare.
Tumblr?
Yeah, not on Foursquare.
You're on Foursquare.
I'm not on Foursquare. Not on whatever the Japanese Twitter thing is called.
You're not on Tumblr?
No,
Can we find you on Baidu?
What about Snapchat?
not Snapchat, not Flickr.
No,
LinkedIn.
Coles is who we find on Snapchat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not on Friendster.
Do you have a Yahoo profile page?
I believe I do. I might
I
have
think everybody has a Yahoo profile page and doesn't realize
You can find me on GeoCities and Homestead and Tripod as well.
Angel
Geocities,
Fire?
It's Geocities.
Angel Fire.
I don't know why,
AOL.
but I thought you said Homestar Runner.
CompuServe. We're on CompuServe, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Yo, that's Fluffy Puff Marshmallows.
Shut up, turd face.
I hate that freaking marshmallow. More fun. Where can we find you, good sir?
You are a maggot-infested string bean.
Thank you.
Oh, what?
I
I
said
don't
you are
know.
a magnificent human being.
Oh, okay.
I cannot be found anywhere. I do not have a good enough internet connection to be able to showcase the wonderful world that is me, and so I have to come on here and hijack your show instead.
That is a lie. That is a lie.
You can find me on the Self-Destruct Sequence podcast at twitch.tv/SDS podcast.
Yes.
All of the information for our with the Twitter, Facebook
Twitter,
nonsense
Twitter.
to be found at selfdestructsequence.org.
All right. And, of course, you can find me over at twitch.tv/Runkly or runkly.com. And that's going to do it for this week, guys. For the Six Gaming Podcast, Dan, take it away.
Oh god, I'm not prepared.
You are not prepared.
Illidan, where art thou?
Later, guys.
Adios.